Archie and I'm 18 months old! Can you say hi? Can you turn the light back on, please? Well, Mummy's turned the light back on, but she has no idea if we're in focus because you've turned the light off several times. Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So as you may have seen from those clips, I did want to have Archie in this video, but I quickly realised that was not going to happen. He turned my lights off about 10 times, didn't want to sit on the bed, so he's gone back downstairs with his granddad so he can play with his toys because he's just a bit bored up here while I talk you through Archie at 18 months. So yes, I filmed this a couple of times and I ramble on and on and on and it really annoys me, so I thought I'd just quickly do it again and try and cut this down a little bit because I'm sure he interests me a lot more than he interests you. Yes, he is so amazing, he's so funny, he's really developing his own little personality. We actually did a video on Channel Mum a few weeks back where it was a Pampers campaign and he got to be a part of it, which was really cute. He did a little dance in it and there's the cutest little babies like shaking their bums and doing little dances in it, so I'll link that below if you want to go and check it out. And if you're a mummy, it will be doubly interesting because you can sign up to get some free samples of the new Pampers nappies, and there's also a chance to win, I think it's a £250 Boots voucher, which who doesn't want one of those? So yeah, I'll link that below and go and check it out on Channel Mum if you want to. He is really developing his own little personality. He does love to have a little dance and he's very smiley and funny and he loves to laugh. Especially with his dad because those two are a right pair. I'm going to go through all of the different little points and developmental areas like sleeping and eating and stuff like that to tell you what he's up to at 18 months, and also as it's kind of a little diary for me as well that I can look back and see what he was like at this time. So first of all, I wanted to talk about his talking. That's the thing we've probably seen change and develop the most over the last few months. He is quite chatty. He doesn't say any two-word sentences or anything yet, apart from sometimes he'll say maybe a couple. But his favourite words to say are mum. He never really calls me mummy or mama. He just shouts mum at me. And he calls his dad dad or daddy. He's got Nana and he can kind of say granddad, but he calls my dad Pete, which is his name. So the confusing thing is he's got Pete, who's his granddad, and he's got Pat, who I've always called Pat Pat, and he now calls him Pat Pat. So he's got Pete, or who may become Pete Pete, and Pat Pat. So that's quite confusing for a 1.5-year-old, but he's getting the hang of that more than saying granddad. He can also say kitchen and chocolate because the chocolate is in the kitchen and he knows that. He can say BBs, which is CBBS. Sometimes he copies really randomly. He'll just like mimic what you've just said. Like this morning I think Ricky said something to him about lemon and he just went lemon. And sometimes he will say a two-word sentence like pat pat chitchin, which is kitchen, but not so much at the moment. So walking, he's been walking since I would say 13 to 14 months, more 14 months he started walking, quite unsteady. Probably from 15, 16, 17, 18 months he's got really steady on his feet. He's still quite wobbly when he's tired, but yeah, he walks and practically runs around the house now. He's quite, I wouldn't say accident prone, but he falls over a lot of the time. But he does love running and he just goes for it and just runs, and he likes to hold up a pillow and then we shout tackle and he runs into you. So I'm not sure if that's actually a very good thing to be teaching him, but it's quite funny. He's a really sweet little boy. He's becoming a little bit more cuddly as he gets older. I definitely wouldn't say he's the cuddliest of children. He was ill a couple of weeks ago and he laid with me all the time, and even though I didn't want him to be ill, obviously, I kind of loved the cuddles. And since then, he has been more cuddly. He's very good at kissing and yeah, being kind of affectionate, but he's always on the go. As I've said in all of these updates, he's a very energetic child, so he likes to run around and play and jump on things, climb on things and play with toys all day long. So eating, I would say he's generally a good eater, but maybe I don't vary his food as much as I should. It gets a bit hard after this amount of time to come up with new things. For breakfast, he usually has cereal, like Cheerios or something, or he'll have toast with peanut butter, or he'll have toast and fruit. I try and change it a bit. Made pancakes the other day, that didn't work out too well. He used to love porridge, he doesn't love that as much anymore. For lunches, he either has a hot lunch or he'll have like a mixture, so he'll have like a little sandwich with cream cheese, some like bits of chicken, cheese, and then he'll have maybe some cucumber with some dip. Sometimes it's kind of like a healthier yogurt type dip. Sometimes he even dips it in yogurt, which is disgusting, but he kind of likes it. And he loves fruit, so he loves oranges, blueberries, grapes, that kind of thing. And for dinners, we try and vary it. He has dinners with us. His favourite is probably a roast dinner, but then yesterday him and I had jacket potatoes with tuna and vegetables, and he did not like that, so I'm thinking it's the tuna. He's never really been a massive fan of tuna, but sometimes he'll eat it. But anyway, potato and vegetables are in roast dinners and he loves those, so I'm not sure why I didn't like that, but it's just a kind of trial and error thing. Sometimes he has waffles and fish fingers. I'm not trying to sit here and say that he eats healthily every day and he has, like, you know, all of these amazingly freshly cooked handmade dinners and breakfasts and lunches, because he doesn't, because I'm just a normal person. But I try and do the best I can. I try and always give him vegetables with his dinner, fruit with his lunch, you know, that kind of thing. He does love chocolate though and loves sweets, but again, don't let anyone make you feel bad about that, because they're kids. And before I had Archie, I was, you know, oh, he's never going to have chocolate, he's never going to have juice, he's never going to have a McDonald's. But, you know, everything in moderation. I just think if they're never allowed a chip or they're never allowed a piece of chocolate, they are going to rebel as they get older, and that's all they're going to want. So everything in moderation is my opinion. I know everyone's opinion on this subject is very different. Sleeping. Again, I really don't want to make out like being a mum is easy and my child is perfect, because that's not the case at all. I'll get on to that in a minute. But generally with sleep, he's pretty good. He's always been a good sleeper. He slept through the night pretty much since 9 weeks old. He has a really good bedtime routine, and then he has a bottle and then he goes to bed. I'm thinking of doing a full mummy nighttime routine or mummy evening routine, because my mummy morning routine has seemed to be really well received. I'll link that in the box below as well if you want to check that out. Yeah, let me know if you'd like to see an evening one, so because otherwise I won't talk through the whole routine in this video because it'll be too long. But he's generally quite a good sleeper. Actually last night he didn't go straight off to sleep and I had to sit with him for a little while. He is starting to teeth again, so we might have a bit of a regression with the sleeping side of things, but we're really lucky. He goes to bed at 7 and he generally gets up about 8 in the morning. So I've done a blog post all about his 18-month update as well, because I took some lovely pictures of him on his 18-month birthday and I wanted to share them with you, so I'll also link that below. But I will just list off some of the things that I put that are his favourite things right now, because I want to look back on this and remember what he liked at this age. So some of his favourite things are Justin's House and Twirly Woos, which are programmes on CBeebies, which I'm sure you may know if you have a toddler of Archie's kind of age, and it may annoy you just as much as it annoys me. Fruity Bakes, any kind of pudding, oranges, climbing on everything, cars, bears, trains, playing with water, stickers and scribbling. So they're some of his favourite things at the moment. Some things he doesn't like are being told no. He also does not like magicians and white rabbits, which is quite specific, but he doesn't like them at all at the moment. He doesn't really like people dressed up in costumes too much. He doesn't like Singzillas. He's hated that from a very young age and I can't work out why. Again, it's a programme on CBeebies, and he hates the Teletubbies. I'm not sure where this comes from, but it's probably just a thing that, you know, all kids of all ages are scared of random things, so maybe he'll grow out of it, or maybe as he gets older he'll be able to explain to me why he doesn't like them, but obviously at the moment he can't. I just wanted to quickly touch on the fact as well that it's hard. It's a difficult balance to get as well, because I don't want to make a video where I'm just saying, oh, being a mum is awful, it's so hard, it's so draining, you don't get any time to yourself, and like, you watch it and maybe you're pregnant or you have a younger child, you think, oh my god, that sounds awful, because it's not awful at all. But I also am very conscious of making a video where I'm like, my child's wonderful, he sleeps through the night, he eats everything. Like, I want to be positive. I'm a real advocate for being positive about being a mum, because it's such an amazing experience, and one that not everyone is lucky enough to have the chance to have, gets the chance to have. But I also want to just point out there are days where I just think this is so bloody hard, and especially at this age now, because he wants to be doing things all the time, or he'll have a bit of a tantrum if he can't get his own way. You don't really have any time to yourself. I always thought that was a bit of a myth when people said that, especially at the newborn stage. I found that a lot easier. He slept a lot, you know, and I thought, God, why are people moaning? This is easy. Maybe I have to get up a couple of times in the night, but he sleeps so much, he can get everything done. But as they get to this sort of age, it's kind of like takes up all of your time. So I do get stressed out sometimes when I can't get everything I want to done, and then, yeah, it just kind of snowballs and I get quite down about that. There are good days and there are bad days. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. I mean, look at me today. I have a jumper on that's probably got all pulls in it. I've just got my hair up. I have put makeup on just for the purposes of this video. But yeah, I just want to be honest and real and talk about what it's really like. I didn't want to get really majorly dressed up to film this video, because that's not real life. Hopefully I've got the balance right in this video. I'd love to hear about your kids. Maybe let me know what ages they are, what some of their favourite things are at the moment, or even some of their dislikes, because that will be really, really interesting. I think I've got in everything that I wanted to say. Please go and check out the links in the box below for the Channel Mum Pampers video, my mummy morning routine, and the blog post as well if you want to see some super cute pictures of Archie at 18 months. All of my other social media accounts are linked in the box below as well, so please go and check that out. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!